Chief, apply ground air supply. Chief, connect ground air supply. Chief,
Copy.
apply ground air supply.
Ground air supply is now connected. Copy. Air is now applied.
Chief, apply ground air supply.
Copy. Air is now applied.
Storm's ready to taxi. Anybody got an altimeter setting?
2992.
Got it.
Chief, disconnect ground air supply.
Chief's ready for taxi.
Copy. Ground air
Chief,
supply is
turn
now
off the ground
disconnected.
power. Chief,
Copy.
remove the wheel chocks.
Copy. Ground power is now off.
It's
Wheel
ready for
chocks
taxi.
are now removed.
And Zucker's ready.
Storm, make sure you got a Blackbird, the MiG-28 skin.
Yeah, there. You want me on the Blackbird?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't get the latest skins downloaded. So I went with the Southeast Asia. You want me on something else?
Nope, that works fine. Alright, so here's the game plan for today. We're going to work on ACM. We got 5, and if tech shows up a little bit late, then we'll have 6, which will work out perfectly. We're going to start the day off with 1 versus 1s, and then we'll roll into 2 versus 1s, 2 versus 2s possibly, and 2 versus 4s possibly. So we'll see at kind of the second half how things go and how many people we still have around. For the 1 versus 1s, if you did your read ahead, if you hadn't already been introduced to the concept of angles fighting and energy fighting, that read ahead will give you a very brief and not very good introduction to angles and energy fighting. Otherwise, Robert Shaw's book is a great example. I'm not going to go into 1 versus 1 tactics because I am terrible at describing 1 versus 1. So when it gets time to it, I'll talk about the concepts for 2 versus 1, and we'll start with 1 versus 1. We'll probably get gas in between 1 versus 1 and 2 versus 1. So what we'll do is we'll have a division flight here, division of 5. Myself will fly 1, Tony will fly 2, Storm will fly 3 as the section leader, and then we'll have Zucker is 4 and Sage is 5. Myself and Sage, or as you were, myself and Storm, 1 and 3 were in the Blackbirds. Will be the Op 4 and aggressors today for the 1 versus 1s, and then if we ever get into it, the 2 versus 4s. So concept for 1 versus 1s, we're going to go up, head off to the north, and there's a lake to the north. That's going to be our general reference point that we'll fight over, and then we'll break into essentially sections and do some 1 versus 1 training at the section level. And then once we start getting low on gas, we'll come back to the airfield, land, get gas, and then roll into 2 versus 1, and we'll do another briefing before we take off for that. For that 1 versus 1, and for the entire day for rules of engagement, we got missiles, so you're clear to arm the missiles so you can get your tone, but we're, for the sake of time, not going to engage with missiles or guns. The way we're going to do it is kind of gentleman's rules. Hard deck is going to be 1,000 feet to hopefully prevent some C-fits. We'll see if that actually works out.
You got time for a recommendation?
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot.
You want to use the Cap 9Ms? Because those can't come off the rail, but you still get a tone.
Yeah, sure. If you want to be able to press the button, go ahead and load them.
Copy.
So the way we do it is gentleman's rules on the kills. If you've got tone, call your Fox as you would release the missile. The aggressor pilot that is being shot on, if you have eyes on that aircraft and can see where at the time the missile would have come off the rail and you believe that you have the energy to defeat the missile, you're allowed to call trashed, which means that you've defeated that missile shot. And then same thing for guns. Pilot that is engaging, if you no shit believe that you have a good gun solution, you can call guns, 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 and it's up to the aggressor pilot to give it to you or think that they would have been able to jink in time. It's really going to be that second call on the aggressor, and if the aggressor pilot wants to kind of drag out the engagement another minute or so, they're clear to do so, but we're going to give the benefit of the doubt to the shooter on this one. So if you think, meh, I might not have been able to defeat that shot, just call yourself dead and we'll reset. Like I said, hard deck is 1,000 feet. That's AGL. So around sea level, that's probably actually going to be about 1,000 feet indicated, since we're going to be fighting around the coast. So you won't have to worry about doing any indicated computation. And then we'll probably start initially at 10,000 feet. Once we break into sections, do the 1 versus 1s. It's on the section leader call whether they want the engagement to start. No engaging before the merge, although you are allowed to maneuver before the merge. So if you want to try to get a altitude or a lateral separation within reason right before that merge, you're clear to do so, but no missile or gunshots at the merge. Other than that, if you come to head-to-head again after that initial merge, you're clear to use missiles and guns if you have the solution for it. Any questions on rules engagement? If you missed any of it, get tone, call Fox 2, aggressor pilot can say trashed or I'm dead. It's up to them. If you get a good gunshot, call guns, 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 and the aggressor pilot can call dead or trashed. It's up to them. Alright, if you got nothing for me, give me a flight check.
2, 3, 4,
5.
Goleti Tower Nemesis Flight 5 by F-5s, ready for taxi to runway 07. Nothing heard, taxiing to runway 07 via November. Leads rolling.
Two's rolling.
3's rolling.
Four's rolling.
One briefing point I did forget to brief, the aggressor pilots are limited to mill power, no afterburner for the aggressor pilots, and that is to maximize training value for the non-aggressor pilots. And it also allows the aggressor pilots to get some training on a power disadvantage fight. Flight check.
2, 3,
4.
5.
Kobuleti Tower Nemesis flight holding short runway 07 on November. Ready for departure. Nothing heard. Nemesis flight clear for takeoff. Runway 07. Go ahead and line up in sections. So for section 1 in front, section 2 in back, echelon right on that lineup. And then after takeoff, we'll do section takeoffs. So first section will take off first, second section will take off on their own immediately afterwards. After takeoff, we'll rejoin into essentially a finger 5. So first section, Tony, you'll go to my left, and then Storm in your section will be on my right.
Storm copies.
2, 3,
4.
Two boards, flaps, and noses up. Lights are good.
Lead board, nose gear, flaps are good. Nose is up.
4, flaps, boards, nose looks good, lights are set.
And 3 sim. 5. Boards need to come up. Nose looks good. Flaps look good.
Flight check.
2.
3,
4.
5.
Storm, give me at least 3 seconds before you start your section.
Wait.
Section 1, run them up. Section 1, brake release in 3, 2, 1, release.
Section 2, run them up.
4.
Section 2, brake release in 3, 2, 1. Storm's coming out of burner, set 90.
Two, transition to my left when able.
2.
Lead is set 90.
2.
Good job, Tony. You got right in there.
Trying. That's all I can do.
Section 2, let's use 95 plus to get in.
4.
Flight rejoin over the lake. Lake is heading 300 from takeoff at 10,000. Lead has established a 10,000 left-hand orbit over the lake.
Section 2, in trail about a mile and a half, 9700 closing.
Alright, we're close enough. We don't really need to rejoin here over the lake. Section 1's going to roll over to 126.0. Section 2. Section 1 will operate to the south of the lake. You operate to the north and run 1 versus 1 sorties.
Copy. Came in broken. We're gonna run. We're gonna stay on 125.
You're staying 125, running 1 versus 1s to the north.
All right. Copy. Section 2, remaining 125.
Section 1, roll over to 126. Lead, ready to check 126. Alright, you want to push to the south, or you want me to?
I'll repeat it one more time.
You want to head to the south for separation, or do you want me to?
I'll go with south.
Alright, I'll hang out here in an orbit. You head probably 10-15 miles to the south, and then let me know. We'll turn back in and head towards each other.
Copy that. Right hand turn.
Go ahead and check lights and fence in when you're ready.
Two checked.
Lead fenced.
I think two's ready.
Alright, give me one more circle. Be just a minute.
No problem.
Alright, lead's ready. I'm turning into the south.
Two, turn north.
Did you go due south, or did you follow the coast?
My due south went right along the coast.
Roger. Go ahead and drop your tank whenever you're ready to.
Copy.
That lead is lit. Alright, I got you on radar, but still don't have visual. And I got tally on you.
2's got tally.
Alright, fight's on.
Fox 1.
Trashed.
Too close for guns.
Yep, we're in it right now.
Oh, missiles. That was close.
Yeah, I got a little bit there. Oh, couldn't quite bring the nose up enough for like a snapshot. Guns, guns, guns. That would have been a miss.
CFIT.
Roger.
Wet or feet dry, Storm?
Feet dry.
Alright, back in the new jet.
Rudder, I will be at 10,000 over the lake.
And we just merged.
Never saw you.
So it was a good fight. When you called your Fox 2, I called you trashed because it was really close. I don't know if the missile would have tracked. I think it was probably 50-50.
Fox 2, Sage.
So you might have been able to get that. And then
Yeah, I'd be
you never called
dead,
guns,
Sage.
but it looked like a couple times you probably were pretty close
Yeah,
to getting
I
guns
still don't see your
solution on me.
plane.
Right at your 6, pulling through the loop right now with the remaining energy I've got.
Pretty much because I have no afterburner and you do.
Alright.
The only tactic I got that I feel comfortable with is
Let's just talk about
sucking
the,
you into a scissors,
the
like
important
exactly what
visibility and knowing
happened.
who you're up against and,
And
stuff like that.
even
so,
there, I got one or two
just
snapshots
talked
at you,
about
and neither of them were really good.
coming down.
Other than that,
and headed
good
right
fight.
To,
The
spiral
CFIT
again.
obviously sucks,
You said you want to
but I didn't really see what maneuver you did that ended up causing you to CFIT.
I looped up over the top and I came back down, and I was coming down the ground too hard, I just couldn't pull out of it.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were probably
You want
about
another go?
1,500 feet when you started that loop.
Oh, no, I'll swap out. I'm headed over the water right now.
Zook, where's your position?
Headed to the lake to turn north, probably 10 miles from it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, when you take off, Tony, just head basically straight towards the coast and get to a point where you can then turn north and we'll fight again.
Hey, copy that.
What about from your perspective? What do you think could have
So I'm
been
listening
could have gone
to the
better?
Raider game because I'm a fan, and all the NFL players are pissed off at Trump because
Well, I
they
think for
said,
me, I mean, just trying to get my head wrapped around sometimes is a little cumbersome with the track IR, but I just have to work more on my energy management.
Yeah, I had issues keeping track of you as well during that fight with my track IR. I was all over the place.
Definitely getting better at this one now.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, you're getting better at staying in formation, and then that was probably the best fight I've fought with you since we started. All right, one is established over the lake.
Alright, 2-0 rolling.
Roger.
Okay.
Okay, I think I got
Cobalt Lady Tower, Nemesis 1-2, looking for taxi to the active. Nothing heard. Nemesis 1-2 taxi.
That doesn't look like you.
Again, Sage, I don't know if your nose over the water. 14-6.
"Yeah, Zook, are we past each other?"
Copy. Yeah, we got a weird merge going here. I think you're in a left hand.
That was me.
Copy. Nice.
Like I said, it's looking at the wrong point. Oh, you guys are behind me. Okay, I see you now.
Alright, snapshot.
Valid.
High. And snap. It's good.
All right, that's a good kill. Knock it off. Knock it off. 3,600.
Where were you guys at your altitude at that last kill?
We
Where did we finish off at?
We were pretty low. We were spiraling down.
Yeah, I was just trying to match up what I'm seeing with what you are altitude-wise.
Copy, we're at 2.5 now.
You airborne
Yeah,
yet,
so
Tony?
you're knocking on the hard deck. Okay.
Just get to the end of the
Yeah, I pulled out. I knocked it off at 3,600 and was able to roll wings level at 2,500. I'm pointed north now, so that was good. Trying to use a little bit what energy I had to defeat, but with the energy advantage the burner's got, you can pretty much own anybody.
I think her
Yeah,
nemesis
it's,
one.
I actually feel like it's a crutch. You had me going, and the only thing that got me out of it was the burners. We were in that little roll-in scissors, and I stopped it with the burner.
Storm Surge, I'm already well south of you, so when you feel like you've got there, I should be ready.
Okay, yeah, I'm just climbing it back up to altitude. Are you at altitude?
Yeah, I'm coming down. I got up to 15 watching you guys. I'm coming back down.
Okay, I'm at 8,000 now. I'm going to go ahead and finish climbing, then I'll start my turn.
Meet you at 10.
Sounds beautiful. I'll be over the coast.
Copy, I've got visual on you finally.
Okay, I'm at 95. Start my left-hand turn, coming your way.
I'm coming right.
Maybe after this, we'll see how your guys' gas is doing. I would like to fight you guys with a burner, so I can have burner 2 just to see how cooperative we can do with that too.
1-2 is airborne.
Roger that. You just head like a 260 heading, and once you're established at 10,000, probably over by the bombing range, that'll probably be good.
I copy that.
All right, fight's on, Sage.
2 is established over the range.
Alright, let's go ahead and turn into each other, and once we have tally, we'll go fights on.
Copy that, coming south. I mean, coming north.
Coming south. Got your tally? $10 miles. You got me?
Yeah, got your tally.
Fights on.
Fox 1.
Trashed.
Guns, guns, guns.
Knock it off, knock it off, knock it off.
2.
Good kill. No idea where you are.
I'm right behind you.
Alright, good kill. I'm gonna take it back up to 10,000 and we'll reset.
Copy that. Turn left to the south.
Right. Yep, visual on ya. Yep, I kept eyes on you through the merge, and then by the time we were starting to come back head on, when your silhouette was the smallest, I lost you low, and I dove for the ground, tried to pick up airspeed, try to disengage, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I came back, I did the same thing, I made my turn, and I lost you, and then after I hunted you down, I saw you going into, it looked like a right-hand turn. I just took a left-hand turn to come in behind you.
Gotcha. Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
Alright, 1 is established over the lake.
Alright, I'm still climbing.
Yeah, I kind of knew it was stupid because you can outdive me with burners, but I didn't really have any options.
Yeah, I hear you.
Left is straight up, right's a little ahead of it. Okay, yeah, we probably got enough
enough fuel for probably one more burner engagement, and then we can do a fuel check and see. Because I have obviously a lot more.
All right, close enough for government work.
All right, go ahead and turn in.
Turning in.
All right, got you at 12 miles. Tally.
2. Over the water.
Yep, I'm feet wet.
Alright, just making sure I pick up another tone.
Gotcha.
Guys to the north.
Python.
Lights on. You're an astronaut, huh?
Box 2. Probably would have trashed it. It's too close.
Like any flares came out.
Guns, 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 guns.
And knock it off.
Did you lose sight of me up there?
I did. I see you now. Well, so high and you just disappeared.
Yep. Yeah, I decided that on that one I have one good pass of airspeed, so I went high and tried to burn it all in the coming over the top. And if you hadn't lost sight, probably would not have worked. Go ahead and reset to over the bombing range. I'll reset the
Copy
loop.
that.
How's your fuel doing?
It looks like I got at least 15.
Alright, I'm showing 1100 in each. Alright, we'll do a couple passes where I'm using burner as well, and that'll probably drain us out, and then we'll head back.
Copy that. I'm established.
And I am as well. Go ahead and turn it.
Copy, turning.
Tally. You got me?
Not yet.
Roger.
Yeah, I think I got you now.
Alright. Python.
Lights on. You're like a little flea.
Yeah, these things are tiny. They're hard to keep track of. Especially head on. Trashed.
Guns, guns, guns.
Alright, knock it off, knock it off.
Two.
Are you right behind me?
Yep.
Oh, I was looking at a different spec.
I guess I was in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Looked like I was behind you, but I just saw you pass right by me.
Yep.
Now I'm behind you.
Alright, go ahead and reset the bombing range, I'll reset Lake, and we'll go one more pass.
Copy.
Yeah, I lost eyes on you on the second merge, and then tried to disengage again.
It's just so hard to recover the energy once you lose it.
Yep.
If you try to regain it, then you're hosed.
Yep. Yeah, basically unloaded, went into 20-degree dive, full burner, and tried to get as much space as I could. But I had no idea where you were. I just saw you on my RWR to the rear. Alright, one is established at the lake.
Alright, about 20 seconds.
I got about 900 pounds of gas in each. How are you doing?
Got about 1,100 in each. I'm
Alright.
sorry, 1,300 each. I'm established.
Alright, turn in.
2.
Tally. $15 miles.
2 tally.
Alright, our fight's on. Almost got the snapshot. Couldn't quite get there. Box 2. We'll say it was trashed.
Alright, copy that.
Box 2. Knock it off, knock it off, knock it off.
2.
Alright, bring it down to 5,000 and head due east. And I will come over and pass you in here in a minute.
Copy that.
And bring it down to 90%.
2.
Kobletti Tower, Nemesis 1, flight of 2 by F-5, is about 7 miles north of the airfield right now, midfield, looking for runway 25, overhead brake left. Nothing heard, cleared for visual approach, runway 25. And should be passing you on the left. Alright, go ahead and slide in on my wing and we'll bring it here around to the right and descending. So I'm going to chop throttle idle.
2.
Still got eyes on me?
Search.
I got your, I'm under your belly, so roll to left and you'll see me now. See me?
Yeah.
Alright, just, I'll speed up. Alright, we're good.
Okay. Still got you.
Rudder. Kobletti Tower, disregard last for Nemesis 1. We'll be taking runway 07, entering on the downwind left. Alright, we're not going to go for the overhead brake, we'll just enter the downwind.
Copy that.
I'm picking my throttle back up, and I'm going to try to keep it around 300 knots. And check your light.
Kobletti Tower, Sniper 3 times 3 F5s inbound from the northwest. Request left initial, runway 07, left brake, full stop. Kobletti.
Got me to your right, low.
Gotcha.
And nothing heard. We are approximately 20 miles to the northwest, inbound at this time.
Kobletti Tower, Nemesis 1, flight of 2, midfield on the downwind.
Correcting.
Ryder, I'll be left base here in just a couple seconds.
Copy that. 1 mile trail.
And leads left base.
Two's left base.
Cut that one way wide. Leads final.
Kobletti traffic. Sniper 3, 3 by F5s, entering left initial overhead, 2300, have traffic in sight. Runway 07, Kobletti.
Leads exiting right.
Sniper 3 is left base, full stop, runway 27.
Did you spin out too, Tony?
I did. Landed hard, bounced it.
Yeah, my approach was a little bit fast, and it was a little bit hot.
Like a blue tire.
Double-headed traffic, Sniper 3, short final, runway 07. Chicks in tow.
Double-headed tower, Nemesis 1, flight of 2, clear back.
I love the aero braking in this thing.
That's what I call a bounce. You see that, Tony?
Yep.
It looked like he was coming in pretty good, too. I didn't expect that.
You sure there's no wind?
Request refueling. Request rearming.
Oh yeah, Tony, you smashed your left tire.
Yeah, it makes noise when I go too
Golden
fast.
Tower, all Sniper 3 flight, clear of the runway, taxi into south parking.
Once you're parked, go ahead and roll back to 125.
Okay.
Section 1 is back on 125, lead.
3 copies, we're taxiing to you.
Roger.
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
Copy.
Amos is 2125.
Lima Charlie.
2.
Refueling complete.
Start repairs.
Once everybody rolls in and gets parked, if you got any pop tires, go ahead and get that fixed, and
Chapter now in
get
place.
fueled back up with a 150 gallon again.
Yeah, I think Sage popped a tire as well, so he'll be shutting down and repairing.
Yep, no worries.
Does pop tire show on the F2 view?
You're a little bit broken, say again, Sage.
Does a pop tire show on the F10 view? Or F2 view?
Yes, it does. It'll you'll sink into the ground a little bit more. Your mic boost a little bit high, so you're coming a little bit garbled.
Capoletti, Uzi 2-2. Request takeoff.
Alright, while we get repaired and refueled, go ahead, just listen up. I'm going to go over 2 versus 1 this time. We'll go up probably as a division again, and then we'll just have a one-man sit out during these. Or actually, we'll have a section sit out at a time. For 2 versus 1, if you read your read, it goes over it a little bit in 2 versus 1 tactics. So there's really 3 main doctrines that are applied. You have fighting wing, loose deuce, and double attack. Fighting wing concept behind that is you have a lead and a dash 2, and the dash 2 is flying in a essentially that rear quarter of the lead, so 45 to 60 degree arc behind lead. Concept for him and his role in that area is to maintain situational awareness while the lead is engaged in a target, so that way lead can task shed and fully orient on the target, while the dash 2 is keeping situational awareness, making sure that they don't get jumped. The secondary for Dash 2 is to position his aircraft so if someone slots in behind Dash 1, he then is immediately able to engage with either guns or missiles depending on what he has on board. Advantages to this, it's very, very simple. It's very low task on both Dash 1 and Dash 2. All that Dash 1 has to worry about is killing the bad guy, and all that Dash 2 has to worry about is staying behind Dash 1 and not letting anybody slot in. Disadvantages to it is it kind of reduces a section of 2 aircraft to essentially 1 aircraft because all that Dash 2 is doing is flying directly behind Dash 1. So it makes it a little bit easier to fight against if you're the enemy. Additionally, Dash 2, because he's on the same plane and maneuvering behind Dash 1, he's susceptible to his direct 6. There's no mutual support for him. So while he's protecting Dash 1 from getting slotted in on, no one's protecting for someone to slot in behind Dash 2. What we found was we don't typically use fighting wing, although it is pretty simple if you have new people that aren't familiar with any of the doctrine and haven't practiced with us. The next one I spoke out of order earlier. The next one I'm going to go over is double attack. This is the one that we actually have found success with. It's has the most mutual support and is the least complicated, although it is a little bit less offensive than loose deuce, which I'll get to in a minute. Concept behind double attack is you have a free and engaged fighter, and those roles can switch as needed. But essentially your engaged fighter, probably going to be your -1 usually, but it can be your -2 if he has the sight on the bandit first and is in a better offensive position to start the engagement. But essentially you have a free and engaged fighter. That engaged fighter, he is doing nothing but attempting to kill the enemy as efficiently as he possibly can. Essentially he is fighting 1 versus 1. He's not really supporting his wingman at all, since he's the one in the fight. His job is to kill the enemy as efficiently as possible. In the meantime, you have -2, who is, instead of flying that cone behind -1, he is positioning himself in an advantageous position where he can maintain situational awareness. So usually this is going to be on a perch a few thousand feet above where the fight is occurring. And his goal is to maintain eyes on where his -1 is to provide a defense to -1. So if someone slots in behind him, he can immediately engage, drop down from the perch and engage that bandit that's slotting in behind -1. Additionally, he is maintaining eyes on the bogey that -1 is engaged on. Now, the difference here where with double attack compared to fighting wing is once -1 believes that he's imminently about to lose the offensive, so the enemy is outmaneuvering him, he's about to run out of energy, he's going to lose the offensive position, he calls essentially out. That's the pro word that we've used, and that signals to -2 that he is now the engaged fighter and he should come off his perch to engage that enemy. Once you call out, the role for the engaged fighter reverses. You are now the free fighter, and your objective is to immediately, as fast as you can, orient yourself on where your wingman is and where the enemy is, and climb up to that perch yourself to where you can support your wingman if needed. Like I said, that's what we have found the most success with, that doctrine. Loose deuce is similar to double attack, but it has a slight variation. In loose deuce, you have a free and engaged fighter again, and again those roles can switch. However, with loose deuce, the engaged fighter his role is to either kill or force a very aggressive high energy maneuver from the bogey. And the purpose of that attack, very aggressive attack, is to either kill the enemy outright, or if he can't and kill the enemy outright, bleed his energy as fast as possible. And the free fighter is looking to immediately resume the offensive. So essentially, think about it in a guns-only environment, you're getting into a position where the enemy has to pull a hard turn in order to defeat a gun solution from that -1, and immediately after performing that hard turn, that -2 is then coming in to become the engaged fighter and either 1, destroy the enemy, or 2, force another high energy maneuver. Essentially, this process repeats, switching between free and engaged fighters until the enemy is either dead or completely out of energy and a very easy target. In the missile environment, what this looks like is an aggressive missile shot, even if it's not a perfect threat envelope, to force a high G defensive turn and dropping of flares, which is going to bleed that bogey's energy, and then immediately that -2 is turning in to be able to get his own missile solution on him after that bogey has bled most of his energy, attempting to defeat the first missile shot. This is much more fluid, requires a lot more trust between the -1 and -2, because it's harder to coordinate exactly when that -2 comes in. There is an out call, but it is more intuitive on that -2 to seek that offensive opportunity at the earliest chance. Additionally, in loose deuce, if that -2 is on the perch and the bogey is turning in such a way that he is going to have essentially a perfect shot, either guns or missile, he can tell the -1, who's the engaged fighter, that he has that firing solution, and then that engaged fighter then has the option to say, okay, no, I've got it, give me literally a quarter of a second and I'm off out to Fox, or roger that, you got it, and he pulls away. Ultimately, it's up to the section leader that determines what the doctrine is going to be when they go into the fight. Me personally, I'm a fan of double attack because it's a little bit simple, but it's still very effective. Any questions on 2 versus 1 engagements? Awesome. Well, that's what we're going to practice. We'll use that lake again as a reference point, so we'll take off as a division and rally up over that lake. Storm and myself will take turns running aggressors, and since we do have odd men that are going to have to sit out, we'll all be using burners on this one. Same rules engagement as before, and we'll go in the same stack as before. We're just going to have the 2, 4, and 5 switch into sections differently. So we'll call that when we're rallied up over the lake. Any questions, or is anybody ambiguous about what we're about to do? All right, great. Give me a flight check, and with your number, give me a status if you're good to go, or if you're still working on your plane.
2 in the green, started.
3 in the green, started.
4 in the green, started.
5 finishing up. Starting plane now.
Sounds good. Let me know when you're ready, taxi. Has anybody got any suggestions or comments about 2 verse 1? All right.
Just some feedback from 3 and our fighters over in section 2. So we did two runs in the beginning with no burner for the bogey, and definitely they learned energy fighting. It has a huge advantage because they were able to use the vertical to overcome pretty much any merge advantage that the other guy would have, and force me into a low energy state, and they could pick me off pretty well. The last one, we went no restrictions, so I was able to use burner, and in that one, pretty much we were very equal, and it just basically came down to angles. Zook was able to get a snap gunshot across the canopy or so, and pretty much valid. Then we pretty much hit the hard deck at that point anyway. And then Sage and I, same thing, a little bit different. We actually ended up with one circle just across from each other, trying to fight for that angle until we literally just spiraled down to the hard deck, so it was a neutral draw.
Sounds good. Section 1's fights were pretty good too. That we did pretty much the same thing. First few runs went no burner, and then last 2 we both were on no restriction. Definitely, it was a lose sight, lose the fight was the motto of our engagements. Probably half of our engagements we both maintained eyes on each other, and Dash 2 was able to pretty much smoke me every time, do the energy advantage of having burners. And then about the other half the time, whoever lost sight usually was the one that got smoked.
Yeah, that happened to us on the first engagement with Sage. He bit off on the wrong dot, and I was able to swing around behind him. By the time he realized I was there, got a valid missile kill on him. So definitely, second one, he was better prepared and did not lose me and defeated me soundly.
Yep. One thing I'll talk about that I talked to Tony about as well is me as the aggressor when I have no burner. Pretty much the only thing I've got available to me is to try to sucker you into a very slow scissors. That's the only. I don't even have an advantage there, but I at least don't have to fight your complete energy advantage because we're going so slow and try to force you into an overshoot. It's really dangerous for me to try to get you into that position because you got to get close and basically be on guns. But if I'm able to defeat missiles and get you in close, and I see you in close, I'm going to start pulling some high G, bleed off as much speed as I can, and pull the throttle back, trying to suck you in. So that's something to watch for too, especially if you have an energy advantage and you get close. Smart pilot's going to try to force an overshoot.
5's up and set.
All right. Cold-Blooded ground, Nemesis Flight 5 F-5s ready to taxi from Southern Parking. Nothing heard. Nemesis Flight taxi to runway 07 via Sierra Charlie. Lead roll.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
Copy. Unable to comply.
chocks.
Thank you.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
Lead is now rolling. Rolling.
Those chocks whip your butt every time.
Yes, they do.
Toujours.
Hey Rip, before I forget, I have a TacView Pro, so if you want to follow this up sometime with the online TacView session of all the fights, let me know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it's nice when you can get into that online debrief with Pro.
Storm might have it too. I don't remember if you were in on that buy or not, Storm.
No, I came too late, but I've got basic stuff, so I may still review. If there's a TacView, I can still review the basic.
Yeah, I think we all at least have basic, so I can host the online with the Pro, and then you guys can see it.
Yeah, that'd be huge.
Actually, if anybody doesn't have it, we can try a group buy again later on. That's what we did. We all got the Pro for 30% off basic price.
It's not bad. Flight check.
2,
3.
4.
5.
Kobuleti Tower, Nemesis flight. Holding short, runway 07 on Charlie, ready for departure. And nothing heard, clear for takeoff, runway 07. Same thing as last time, sections, individual takeoffs, first then third, or first then second section. Two boards, flaps, nose, and lights are good.
The boards, flaps, nose, lights look good.
4 nose boards lights look good.
3 same, and 5. Bring the nose up. Yeah, boards look good, flaps look good, and lights look good.
Section 1, run them up.
Section 2, run them up. Brakes on.
Section 1, brake release in 3, 2, 1, release.
Section 2, brake release in 3, 2, 1, release.
Whoa. Man, my nose wheel steering is really sensitive. Sorry, 5. Well.
Mine. I don't know what happened there, man.
Did you guys burn in?
Yeah. Sorry, Zook.
Both of you guys burned in?
Yeah.
No worries, we'll just get established over the lake and stand by.
Didn't end up cutting him off.
Okay, he came in, stepped on, but understand you guys just jumped new jets and meet us in the air.
Alright, 4's up, 125.
Two's on the inside of the turn.
Visual.
3 is on the outside.
Alright, we'll get established here at 10,000 over the lake, and we'll stand by for everybody to link up. Three, you want to take the lead so I can get a little bit of formation practice in?
3 has the lead.
And we'll just echelon left.
Got that. 3's power set, 90%, clear to rejoin. Four and 5, you guys up on comms?
4's up.
Yeah, copy 4. 5, you up? Five, 3 on 125. Yup. Sage, Storm, 125. Yup.
Five, you ready to taxi?
Five, you up 251?
Sage 125 radio check.
Storm has you loud and clear.
Same.
Sorry about that, 5.
I'm the one cut you off. My brakes gave out when we did our run up, so that's why I got ahead of you in the first place.
Oh no. added a little curve to the pedals, so hopefully that helps. Kibble traffic, flight 205 is departing runway 7. You can see our skid mark.
Yeah.
Feet to go.
Alright, 5 nose up, flaps look good, and boards are in. Brake set, run them up.
Got you, Sam.
And force rolling.
.200 to level.
Where'd you guys go from the airfield? Did you guys head north?
We're just doing a left-hand orbit at 10,000 feet around the lake.
Copy that. 5 coming out of burn.
And Zook, Storm on 125. We are in between the base and the south end of the lake, kind of doing a big lazy circle. We just went feet dry over the coast.
Alright, I got a visual with you guys. We're east of the coast here, cutting across the circle.
I think I got your specs, yeah.
We're gonna try and match your orbit and then cut across it.
Okay, we're at 10,000.
Copy.
You got me flying lead all the time, Storm. I'm rusty.
Oh, you're a natural born leader. Yeah, there's been a couple times that I was gonna like, hey man, you want me to take lead on it, but
Yeah, whenever you want, speak up. It's all yours.
okay.
You guys are the 3 ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony's stalking us from behind.
Copy.
I'm on the inside of the turn.
I saw him. It's lost.
I'm chasing you guys at like 98%.
I'm doing, like I said, 90%. Yeah, I got your visual out there, Tony, about a mile off of RIT.
Yeah, I got both of you. I can hold this position all day.
Hey, at least you're in position. That's in. It's like tanker in.
Yeah, tanker in. 16-1.
That's right.
I'm gonna hit the modified trail.
Non-standard formation.
Oh, jeez, here comes Sage.
Alright, 4's in.
5's in.
Storm, 1's going to take the lead again.
Copy that. Where do you want me? You want me on this this right wing here, or do you want me to slide over left?
Nope, right where you at.
Copy that. You've got the lead.
And it looks like we're all together. Alright, here's the plan. We're going to have the 3 ship of non-aggressors, so that's 2, 4, and 5. You guys are going to stay together. Only 2 of you guys are going to actually be in the fight at any given time. That odd man out, he'll just fly fighting wing on essentially the notional -2. And then you can just rotate through. We're doing that so it's a little bit easier to maintain eyes on where everybody's at. Something I did not talk about before, but I'll hit it now. The fighting wing is not parade. Your goal is to be flexible, that you are not trying to focus on running into the whoever your -1 is. Your goal is to be able to maintain situation awareness and be able to immediately bring your weapons square on somebody that slots in, so it's not parade. Don't even try to get that close. Storm and I will rotate on and off about being the bad guys. Basically just have the guy that's out, he'll climb probably up to around 20,000 feet, so he's way out of the picture, and the man that's in will be in at 10,000. So the aggressors will stay here at the lake and orbit, and then once we're ready, the non-aggressors will turn in and basically we'll call fights on the same way that we did it before. Once everybody has a tally on each other, that's when fights on will go. Same rules engagement as before. Any questions? Alright, Zucker, why don't you take lead? It'll be Zucker and Sage in on the first one. Tony, you fly Fighting Wing on Sage, and Zucker take him off to the north, and then Storm and I will just hang out here over the lake.
Copy that. I guess we'll stay with you in this turn, and then we'll break off north.
And 2, go ahead and come right and link up with that new section 2.
2.
Alright, headed north.
Roger. Storm, you want to go first or second?
I go second.
Alright, go ahead and climb up to 20,000 and just maintain the orbit.
See ya.
2's in.
Are we keeping our tank?
Nope, go ahead and drop it whenever you feel comfortable.
Ooh, let's see if I can drop it on you.
I just thought about that after you climbed.
That's gotta be worth a really cool kill.
I can't believe I'm going to share this, but my first time on Blue Flag, we were going after an SU-27. I think it was Tech and I, and we dropped our tanks, but we were descending after him, and I flew into my tank.
Oh, ouch.
That's a cool story, actually.
I don't know if you could do that if you tried.
Right? Well, I released it and then went nose, like pushed the nose down, and it just, we collided.
I've done that with Mark 82s before. So whoever is the section leader on the attack, it's your call what doctrine you want to make, and if you want to bracket, it's all on you pre-maneuvering. I did not cover bracketing, but it's kind of self-explanatory. I think everybody understands what bracketing is. So that section leader, you got control of your section. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh well, the overall intent I got out there. Section leader, it's on you for bracketing and pre-maneuvering and doctrine.
Copy. Sage, you feel okay with loose deuce?
Sure.
Okay.
So basically, means I'm orbiting high and watching you try to get him, right?
Yeah, but well, that's double attack. But you're loose deuce. You're kind of more ready to come in because I'm gonna be in and out, and you're gonna be in and out whenever he makes a high G maneuver.
Okay, so I'm staying. That's where I'm in the cone, back behind you.
I know you're gonna be up on a perch. You're not attached
Okay.
to me. You want to be out of plane and out of phase, so that you're in a way that you can jump in the moment he makes a high G maneuver. And we want to keep the energy. We want to keep the pressure on him so that he keeps bleeding energy.
Okay.
Storm established
I
20K.
guess Blue Flight's ready to come south.
Alright, go ahead and turn south, and lead is turned north.
Sage, let's just come left and stay in cruise, cut the turn, and then we'll bracket.
Chief's going high.
And I'm going to be descending to 10.
Copy, I have a 20.
Tony, as long as you keep eyes on the flight, you're good, but if you start to lose eyes, just bring it in close.
Copy.
Alright.
One's got tally.
And blue one's got tally.
Fight on.
Kick it out, too. Let's take him down the middle. And go and burn. So the idea is to make him pick one of us, and the other one maneuvers on him, obviously. I may be biting off the wrong bandit here. You still got tally?
One's got tally.
Alright, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong dot. Dang it. Okay. 2, you got a tally?
I got a dot. Can't tell if it's the right one, but it looks like he's headed Georgia, so I think so.
Okay, yeah, bandits. Alright, come left. Hard into that contact. And blue 1. Never mind.
Got him going now.
Alright, he broke hide. Are you on a perch?
I got 2 planes below me.
Alright, yeah, we're engaged. If you're on your perch and you got a window here, come on in.
Oh, you guys are gone now. I was looking high because I thought there was a plane. I have no idea where you are.
Alright, snap.
Defeated.
Yeah, copy. Alright, we are dry over a big forest. Angel's 5.6. We are now horizontal scissors and snap.
Good kill. Knock it off, knock it off, knock it off.
Copy. Blue one's knocked off.
Alright, Blue, go ahead and rejoin over the lake. Once you're rejoined, whatever altitude you choose. Sage, you've got section lead, and take them back to the north. 1 is climbing to 20,000. 3, Storm. Go ahead and break it down to 10,000 and orbit the lake.
3 is descending out of 20K for 10K over the lake.
Alright, Sage, I'm looking for you.
2's north of the lake at 15.
Roger 2, you're going to be flying the Dash 2 for Sage. Zucker, you're going to be out.
Roger that.
So red lineup for this one is Storm. Blue lineup for this one is Sage, section leader, Tony, Dash 2, and Zucker as out.
And when you're out, you're up at 20, is that what it is?
Yep, as long as you're able to maintain eyes on.
Okay, Okay, so you want us watching the fight.
Yep, that'll make it a little bit easier to rejoin.
So let's keep an eye on everything.
Sage, I'm at the lake, left-hand orbit, climbing 8 to 10, looking for you.
So I'm just orbit over this forest where you guys were waiting on Tony.
Okay, copy that. Head that way.
Okay, I see you down there.
Visual.
Yeah, Takeoff was good. I had the perch, had both of you in sight going low, and then you mentioned something about him going high, so I thought I was looking at the wrong ones. And if I look away for a second, then you guys are just gone in the mix.
Yeah, it happens fast. One thing that a former group I used to fly with when we were doing those dudes, they would say, the off guy would say perch. You know, it's a useless radio call of the real world because it's assumed, but like, since we're not professionals, I don't know when you have, when you're ready to come in or not. So when you're ready to come in, then they say perch, and then I know that I can come off without taking pressure off of the Bandit.
Well, I think you're going to have to call me in because labels, no labels, doesn't matter in VR. All I can see is a dot, so I have no idea of vectors or where the noses of the planes are to know when I should come in. I can't see a high G maneuver.
Copy. Yeah, if you're perched and you're watching the fight, and you say perched, and then if I call off, then I know you're at least coming in, and I can say off high, which would give you, even as a dot, it would kind of give you something to distinguish Bandit from friendly.
Yeah, it's definitely going to rely on you calling off in direction. Otherwise, it's just, like I said, you have no concept of where the noses of the planes are.
Yeah, I like that Zucker of calling the perch. Essentially, the perch call is saying, "Hey, I'm ready. I can help."
Right.
So let's we'll make that SOP. So once you're established, either in double attack or in loose deuce, because it's equally applicable, you can call that perch call. In double attack, it's a little bit less important because that lead's going to continue the attack until he absolutely can't anymore. But it's more important loose deuce.
Copy that. Okay, I'm with Blue Flight here.
Alright, Sage, I'm at your 2 miles, so you can turn in.
So we're headed north?
Yep, get some extension to the north, and then when you're probably 20 miles at least, you can turn in.
No power corrections, correct, or restrictions, correct?
Still do no burner on this run.
Copy. MiG 28, no burner.
Why are you pulling away from me?
No, I'm at 80.
I'm in burner. You're at 3.8, chasing you. Finally catching up to
I'm
you.
going over 400 and I'm at 80. I don't know why it's not slowing down. Alright,
Doing 500.
I'm at idle, got brakes on.
Just do a couple of S turns, let him cut the circle instead of keeping his power high, burn his fuel.
Actually, I think we're good enough to turn back.
Right hand turn back.
Sure, right hand turn's great.
Copy. Red 2 is turning north.
There's an airliner at about 15,000 feet, maybe 20,000 feet out to sea, so don't see that dot and go chase after it.
Oh, good, we can shoot him down. Alright, your burner. There you go. Alright, ready.
Tony, you visual?
I'm visual with you and I'm searching.
Storm's visual.
You split out left or right, Tony?
I'm on the right.
Okay.
Alright, at our 12 o'clock, 9 miles. He's high.
Yeah, tally.
You guys going for loose deuce or double attack?
We're in a double attack.
No idea.
Alright, just went up on our right. I'm in the turn. I have visual. I can engage. It looks like you got him Sage and still covering.
Guns. It was late, I didn't press the button.
Defeated.
Two's lost visual.
Guns.
That's a valid. Good call. Knock it off.
Oh, there you guys.
Alright, go ahead and reset. Storm 20,000 over the lake. Lead is coming back down to 10,000 over the lake to establish break. Tony, you got the lead for blue, and Zucker, you got -2 for blue.
Copy.
2. I got your visual, Zucker. They're coming right at me. I'm over the top.
And then while you guys rejoin, any debrief points for that one?
I think I was too close to be free, but I almost had him on the one turn there, but I'm just too close to really cover. I need to be far up.
So you weren't far enough out at the merge, essentially, to support well?
Yeah, I don't think so, because I was almost co-altitude with him. I probably could have taken him, and at least with the aggressor, I was co-altitude.
Gotcha. Do you see anything, Storm?
Pretty much what Tony said. And then somebody called lost sight, so I'm not really sure. And then they regained it pretty quick. So.
Where do you want me, Chief?
Take the right side.
Well, I'm left hand over the lake looking for you.
Okay, I'm coming right back at the lake.
Are you wet? West of the lake?
Nope, I'm feet dry.
Sage, feet wet by the lake.
Heading south towards the lake.
Red 1 lead is also feet wet lake, west side.
I got a visual.
Copy.
Anybody get ray gun? Anybody get locked up?
Negative.
Alright. We just merged, I think, Chief.
Yep, just so you go ahead. Alright, 2's engaged. Traffic going to my right to left.
Are we fighting right now?
No, we're just trying to rejoin.
Oh, I was already rejoined with myself. Left-hand turn.
Alright, visual lead. I'll form up on you. Let's head north.
Copy that. I was already north.
Yeah, I know. I went back to the lake.
Yeah. Alright, we'll go up to the river. Should be enough time for them to reset.
Red 1 set and established over the lake.
Okay, blue flight's a flight.
Storm established 20K over the lake.
Okay, leads established.
You want deuce, welded wing. Double check.
Yeah, deuce.
Chief, you gotta tell me what I should do.
Deuce, stay off the right side.
Cap.
We're just about to the river. I'm ready to turn back.
Clear to turn in whenever you're ready.
Okay, left-hand turn, we're coming back.
Alright, red's in. Red has tally.
Blue's in.
You got tally on me?
I got tally at 12 o'clock at 8 miles.
That's me. Flight's on.
Lights on. Suki, all set?
Yep, visual and tally.
Alright, copy that. Alright, he's coming off to our right side. He's going to split us. I'm going to come right. Coming right. Engaging. Alright, he's going up. He's tried this before. Alright, he's in the sun. Lost him. We just lost him.
Okay, visual. Low. The bottom of his loop.
I cover that.
Tony, guns.
Roger that, engaged.
Defeated.
It's 2. Valid.
Now is a missed shot.
Copy that. Blue 2 gun, snapshot, tracking, off.
Knock it off, knock it off, knock it off. Good kill. Alright, Zucker, you got section lead again. Reform the flight. It's going to be a flight of 3 this time. Storm and myself are a flight of 2. I'll meet you, Storm, at 10,000 over the lake.
Copy, descending 20 for 10. See you in the lake.
Copy that. Blue flight, which is what I'll call you guys. There's a delta that's just north of the lake on the coast. Let's meet there at 10. We'll head north. 2.
Alright, Blue Flight, we didn't go over this on the ground, but this is it's a light division. Usually division's 4 aircraft, but you guys got 3. So there's 2 general ways to fight a division. You could fight the division in gaggle doctrine, or essentially a modified loose deuce or double attack. So if you're going for gaggle, it's basically the flight gets into the fight together and attempts to leave the fight together. But once you're in the fight, everybody's an individual who essentially fights as an individual unless you go defensive, and then everybody tries to come to the aid of the guy that's defensive. That's gaggle doctrine. The other doctrine essentially is a modified loose deuce or double attack, whichever one you're going for, where you have one section in the engaged and then you have one section free. So instead of a engaged aircraft or free aircraft, you have an engaged section or free section. Since you guys only got a division of 3, so you don't have a second section, you have a second aircraft, you can still use the exact same thing, except that initial 3 is going to be just a single ship instead of 2. The alternative to that, like I said, you can do double attack or loose deuce in that. The -2 of the section is usually flying welded wing or fighting wing until something changes in which you can't fly that anymore. So those are the 2 general schemes. Any questions on how to fight a division?
I'm good.
Cool. Pre-engagement maneuvering for a division. It's very similar to a section. You can break those sections apart, do a line abreast. You can bracket with sections instead of aircraft, or specifically with 3 aircraft, you can use what's called a stinger, where you have that single ship aircraft falling in a position of advantage, usually on a perch somewhere to the rear, attempting to use the sun as cover.
Copy. Alright, Blue Flight, you got Viz on lead. I'm a little high, descending to 10,000.
Sage, I got visual on you both.
Chief's got visual.
Alright, I'm gonna head north. Let's form up.
Give me a fuel check.
Oh. I pressed the wrong button. My canopy just came off. Shit.
I mean, no,
4 is RTB. God dang it.
2's got 5,000 total.
You got 5,000 total?
Yeah, copy.
I'm assuming you mean 1,500 in each?
I'm sorry.
No worries. We'll take it back to the airfield and get some gas and apparently a new canopy. Storm, you with me?
Yeah, I'm 1.5 at your inside at 9 o'clock, closing on you. I'm at 1,200 or 2,200.
Roger that. Zucker, you got division lead on the way back, and I'll take this red section back independently, so make calls on 251. Red, blue, just go ahead and go with call sign Nemesis 2, and then red will go Nemesis 1.
Copy that.
Storm, you able to roll over to 126?
Yeah, stand by.
Right, I'll meet you there.
Storm's up 126.
Ryder, I got F-5E, how me?
Gotcha, same. That's funny. He blew his canopy off.
Yeah. We'll see if we can't make it into a left base inner. Bring him to throttle back to idle and coming right.
Half mile here.
Rudder, I'm idle and coming right.
You want me left or right?
Stay right. Kobletti Tower, Nemesis 1, 8 miles north of the airfield. Airfield in sight, looking for runway 07, straight in. Nothing hurt. Nemesis will enter left base.
You have sight on me. I overran you.
Yep, I got you. I'm bringing the throttle back up and coming out in front of you now.
Left or right side?
Left.
Kobletti Tower, Nemesis 2 flight is 14 miles north. We got a canopy jettison and a fuel emergency. Request direct straight in runway 25. Or excuse me, make that runway 7. Nothing heard. Nemesis 1, are you guys... We're probably 10 miles north, so... You got time to do your pattern.
Sounds good. We're about to enter the left base right now, and we're about 3 miles out.
Copy.
My throttle's still idle.
Cool. I will not run into you.
Yep, I was just over the forest. I'm about, I'm right on the coastline.
Alright, coming left.
Angels 4.2.
2.
Descending.
I don't know, this might be a go-round. We're pretty fast.
That's fine.
Yep, we'll go around and let them land.
Copy. Give me time to join back in and stop sucking.
Just dropped a flare.
Nemesis 1 is at go-around conditions. We will go into holding until Nemesis 2 is safe on deck.
Copy that. Chief, where you at, buddy? You gotta land if you're at like 400 pounds of fuel. Alright, we'll go direct and land at the field. Try and land at this nearest runway that you got.
Alright, I'm set 85.
My problem's a little less, it's more noisy, but it's less of a priority.
Coming right.
2.
If we get a long lineup, you think you got it in you to go for a section landing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, see if we can really embarrass ourselves.
Just give us a long straight in out over the water and just call your speeds and what you're doing. We should be fine.
Yep, we'll go into a holding way out over the water so we can just come back around in.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring the throttle probably up to 90 here and so we can maintain about 300 knots.
2.
How's your gas?
I was at 12 or 2200 last check, so I'm pretty sure I'm pretty good.
Oh yeah, you're fine then.
I think I'm like 1900 now.
Careful with the terrain coming up, we're a little bit low on it.
Copy.
Untitled traffic, Nemesis 2 flight has a fuel emergency coming in on runway 7, and then followed up by a canopy jettison on runway 7 straight in. Both are going to be straight in.
Rolling out.
Try fly about 170 on the approach.
Sounds good. Let me set my speed bug now. I'll try to have us at about 200 when we go feet
Kobuleti
dry,
traffic, Nemesis
then,
2, flight 205s arriving at Kobuleti.
Okay.
Runway 7, Kobuleti traffic.
Alright, bringing the throttle back to 80 and coming into a descent.
2.
Coming right.
2.
Alright, Nemesis 2, 2F5s is arriving at Kobuleti. Nemesis 1 flight, you guys are cleared inbound.
Roger that, thank you. Kobuleti Tower, Nemesis 1, 20 miles southeast of the runway. Airfield in sight, looking for runway 07. Nothing heard, Nemesis 1 will enter on final. Throttle's coming up to 85.
Hey, Nemesis 1, this is Zucker. I'm taking off for the night. I've got some real world stuff that just popped up. I will catch you guys next time.
No worries, it was fun, have a good one.
V2.
Yup. Throttle's coming back to 80.
2.
Alright, I'm coming right a lot harder because we overshot.
2 clear.
We'll probably land, do a single 2 versus 2 sortie, and then be done for the night.
Yeah, it works for me.
Alright, showing 10 miles out. Bringing it back to about 88. Or as you were,
2.
78. And coming left.
Alright, gents, it was fun. I'm out for the night. Have a good one. I'll leave the SRS will stay up.
Sounds good, Sage. It was fun.
See you, Sage.
Alright, throttle's coming back. I'm at 70. Bringing it to idle in 3, 2, 1, idle. Gear in 3, 2, 1, gear. Throttle's coming back up.
User disconnected from your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Throttle's coming up now, trying to hold 170. Throttle's coming up.
Couple lady traffic, Nemesis 1-2, 7 miles to the north.
Flare.
Two's on deck.
One's down.
abrupt move over there to get away from me there. Yeah. Almost locked up a brake, sorry.
Whew, almost ran off the runway there at the very end.
Did you blow your chute?
Couple liter traffic, Nemesis 1-2. Entering left base runway 7.
Nemesis 1, clear to the active.
Yeah, I started skidding a little bit towards you, so I kind of stomped on the opposite brake to get clear of you. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I stomped trying to get away from you as much as I could and almost went off the edge of the runway, so then I was back and forth, back and forth.
That was awesome, though. We did pretty well.
Oh yeah, that looked awesome. I'll bet you it looked even cooler for you, because for me, I was just staring at the speed and the AOA indicator. You could at least watch me.
Yeah, I just watched you the whole time, and and just kind of pushed up, pushed back, and your inputs and everything like that were pretty timely, so it was good.
Yeah, it looked good. Helps when you got those big, long run-ups.
Oh yeah.
I hate braking in this thing, though. I always feel like I'm going to run off the end.
Yeah. I hit the wrong button, blew my chute while we were in the air when I was trying to hit the boards, because in the rift you can't see much, so.
Oh, yep.
I should have just used voice attack and said the G word, but I was stupid.
Yeah, my push to talk is the control button, left control. So I forget that if I am actively push talking and talking, like my keybinds don't work because it reads as Control G instead of G.
Oh yeah.
Well, we didn't get around to division, but that's probably the skill we need to work on the least right now. That was a fun night.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna roll back over to 125.
Nemesis 1-2, clear to active.
Cool, me too.
1 back on 125.
Three's on 125.
2's on 125.
User joined your channel. Microphone activated.
Hey there, Tech.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Caught us right as we were wrapping up. We just landed.
Crap. I knew I was super late, but I thought I'd try.
It's all good. Yeah, Sage and Zucker just left.
Man down. As Zucker and I flew a pretty late night last night, so it kind of messed up my whole day. Everything was very many hours shifted ahead.
Gotcha. I'm gonna get them to shift over to TeamSpeak since we just landed.
Is everybody calling it quits?
Hey Tony, when you get the chance, go ahead and roll over to TeamSpeak. Yeah, I'm done for the night. I got to get up here in 6.5 hours.
Good times. Well, alright, I'll try and catch you guys on Tuesday then.
Yeah. Yeah, we did one-on-ones, two-on-ones, and I guess that's it. We just did that for 3 hours. It was a good time.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I read the, when I saw the read-ahead stuff, I was like, oh, BFM, sweet.
Yeah. I think that's what probably we'll do until, well, for Tuesday and then maybe next Sunday too. But getting ready to try to do the 104th F-5 versus MiG-28 thing.
Yeah. You guys signed up for the MiG-28 side, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, sweet. I signed up also.
Cool, should be fun.
Yep. What day was that again?
It's on Saturday.
The 30th.
In the afternoon, correct?
This Saturday.
Yeah, it's 1800 Zulu. Let me translate that into normal person time.
I might be able to make it, yeah.
And my butters.
Yeah, so it'll be 1400 Eastern.
Okay, 1 o'clock, yeah. I might be able to make it. Depends on, we have a chili cook-off Saturday morning. Hopefully it's done, and I don't want to sign up and then not show.
It's not that big of a deal if you sign up and don't show, because that's like par for the course for those events.
Yeah, I just, okay. What's the link on it? It's up on the Discord, isn't it?
Yeah, it's somewhere in there. And if it's on the, it's like the topmost post on the tournaments page on ET's forums.
Okay, cool. I'll sign up for a 28 slot.
Cool. That'd be cool if we had a division.
Yeah, for sure. All right, boys. Good night. I think we got a lot of stuff done, and understand definitely energy versus no energy, and we'll just keep building on that.
Yep, I think we're probably fairly decent 1 versus 1s. We just need to work that 2 versus 1 and get used to working as a section.
Yeah, it's funny is unfortunately most of the servers we run into though, we don't really fight against another MiG-21 or F-5, so this will be kind of interesting to see how we do, because they usually get schwacked by a 5th gen.
Yeah, exactly. Something that's way out of our league. Yeah, once we get comfortable with working as a section air to air, we might throw in some 5th gen stuff and practice radar defense, but we got to get the basics down before we can try to fight that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Alright guys, I'm gonna head off. That was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, same here.
As am I. Tech, thanks for stopping in, and we'll catch you on Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Bummed I couldn't make it, but I'll try and catch you guys next time.
Talk to you guys later.
Cheers.
Later.
Disconnected.